We're looking at the latest results of SR CounterTrend 2. Today's the last day for the open code special offer. This is a low frequency strategy, so we only see one trade so far today. Euro currency got short here. You can see the counter trend nature of this strategy. The market moved down here on the jobs report, and now it's back up. And so this is the crude oil report, though. So we're going to go over these sequentially. Crude oil, here's the equity curve on crude oil, the latest. Here is the latest on natural gas. We added it this week. Average trade profit, nice average trade profit. Gold, you see gold here. This is probably the best statistics of any of these strategies is with gold. And you know our history with SR CounterTrend gold. Here's SR CounterTrend 2. You see the average trade profits and drawdowns, which are what I usually look at first, and then equity curves as well. Nice equity curve. I don't think I clicked on the equity curve for natural gas, so there it is. And so these are without slippage and commission. Once you add slippage and commission, it will reduce the average trade profit. The drawdown will go up, the net profit will go down some, and the equity curve will be a little bit more volatile. So again, it's not going to, a normal slippage and commission is not going to hurt this number and take it down to a point where it wouldn't be profitable. You've got plenty of room for slippage and commission in a number like this, and that's per contract. And these are based on one contract trade. So this is silver, results for silver, 149.74. Here's the drawdown. Here's the equity curve. You see that the biggest part of the drawdown was in the past, and since 2012, there's been less drawdown. But it's a cyclical equity curve too. If we expand this, you can see these dips right here. Here's another dip right here. So that's a potentially nice entry point into this strategy on a drawdown. So soybeans, similar, kind of reminds me of the crude oil equity curve. It has a lower average trade profit, but you can boost this average trade profit. There's ways to do that, and if you want to know how to do that, you basically change one or two of the parameters to make it more selective, and you have less trades, less net profit, but you can boost the average trade profit. And so that soybeans DAX, we added that yesterday, and 277 average trade profit is very nice. It is very selective on the DAX, which is a good thing. $7,400 drawdown. This is based on dollars. We can look at it in euros. Let's look at it in euros. Here it is in euros, and so it's a little different. 208 average trade profit, 47.50. Here's the equity curve in euros, and now we're going to look at E-mini S&P. Here are the results of the E-mini S&P. There are many different parameter sets that are similar to this, and so you can test that as well. NQ, let's see, ES, did we click on? Here's the ES. We didn't click on this part. 68 average trade profit. And I've told you this before, but I've never had a strategy in the E-mini S&P that tests back this far, and it tests back even farther. That works without market internals for this long with this kind of average trade profit. Most of the time when I put together a stock index strategy, we use market internals to help us, but this doesn't use market internals. And so same exact parameters on NQ. You see the average trade profit go to 68. Here is the equity curve. So you get a little diversity between the equity curves. From this point, it's more straight up than the ES, so there is some diversity. And here is RBOB testing back to 2013. Most of these test back further, but RBOB with the current parameters. I'm not a huge fan of RBOB, but it's promising to see how well this works on other markets like RBOB. The average trade profit is 96. Heating oil, testing back to 2006, $78 average trade profit. So heating oil, it works, so it's promising. Not our favorite market, but can provide some diversity. Euro currency, $68 average trade profit, low drawdown, and here is the equity curve. So that's your currency. Our favorite markets to trade probably on this, in which case we'll probably look at having a portfolio of SR CounterTrend strategies for crude oil, gold, soybeans, E-mini S&P, and E-mini Nasdaq. We'll look at a potential portfolio of those in the near future, maybe Monday, and take a look at those results. Natural gas could be added. It's got such a nice average trade profit. A different variation of soybeans could be added for a higher average trade profit. But that is the update for today on SR CounterTrend 2. Last day for the open code special offer. If you like to modify strategies or add your own experience or ability to, your own techniques can be added if you have the open code. That is the advantage, or to know how it works. And so that's the update on all the performance reports, the latest. I'm going to show you now the latest trades for today in the portfolios and yesterday. Here are the strategies in the portfolio. Gold Flash captured this move. I like Job Fridays because of Gold Flash. It has a tendency to trade on fast markets, and I like the way it trades on fast markets. And Mirror, we've had Mirror do well twice this week, and so Wednesday the profit target was bittersweet to see how well it could have done to hold into the close, but today the profit target is working out pretty good. So you have to be consistent in your strategies. When you have strategies that have profit targets, sometimes it looks like this, and other times it looks like this. And so Cobra 3's lost yesterday. They had been on a nice streak, and so they took a loss yesterday. Gap continued to be lost as well yesterday. It was a tricky day. We had this move in the E-mini S&Ps. The overnight low was, I think, 25 down to 25.60 on Wednesday, and the market's up to 26.70 range. It's 110 points. Massive counter trend moves in this market. The trend is still down. A big move up could change the trend, but for now it's still down. And 110 point move is a lot of counter trend activity to remain short. It would be hard to stay short long term, seeing 110 points reeled off against you. And so big up move on Wednesday, and then trying to capture a continuation of that trend on Thursday, and the market just kind of chopped, and more trade war news hitting the wires and more selling, and we'll see if this resumes. It's a downtrend, or if the new trend is up and this is a Fibonacci pullback. So we don't know. We'll trade our strategies on this one and see. And these are the updates for the portfolio strategies for the last couple of days, and an SR CounterTrend 2 update as well.